Hey guys, Oscar here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We only have a few days left until the end of the year. And I wanted to touch bases today on a quote that I recently heard. And the quote goes by this: It does not matter where you come from. What matters is where you're going. And that's what really matters. And this quote really touched me, and I believe this quote is so true, because you don't have control where you're coming from. You don't have control where you were born. You don't have control who are your parents. You don't have control of the house where you're born in. You don't have control the country where you were born in. You don't have control where the hospital, if you were born in the hospital that you were born in. And let me go ahead and start by saying a few things. I'm from Caracas, Venezuela, and I was born in Monte Piedad, and the specific hospital is Lídice. Let's go ahead and start by saying that Monte Piedad is one of the most dangerous barrios in Caracas, and Lídice is one of the worst hospitals in Venezuela, specifically Caracas. And the hospital is a public hospital, so it does not have any resources pretty much. So that's, to start off with, that's where I come from. I'm from Venezuela. I grew up in Monte Piedad, which is one of the worst cities or barrios, specifically barrios, and I was born in Lídice, which is a hospital that is not the best. But I had no control over that, completely no control over it. So what I was responsible for is that I'm responsible on where I'm going, where I'm heading to. So by the age of 14, we ended up as a family, we ended up moving to the United States, which I believe is one of the best blessings that I have been given in my life, because if something is going to happen, if something is going to work, it's going to be in the United States. So I have been blessed just by coming to this country, and I'm so grateful that I came to this country. So I came here when I was about 14 years old, and I was not that good in school, but I think it's because I was not really applying myself. And I was lost. I mean, I didn't know the language. I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I was a teenager, so, okay. So I had no control over that, but in the back of my mind, I always knew that I wanted to do something with my life, always. So I was a teenager. I was hanging out with the wrong crowd, but I was blessed enough to have great parents, and I was able to figure out that, hey, you know what? This is the wrong crowd, and I need to make a change. So I ended up graduating high school, and it was not the best. I wasn't even gonna go to college. So, that was my plan. I don't need to go to college. I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that. Well, I was tired of hanging out with the wrong crowds. I was tired of working odd jobs. I was tired of just working in a dirty environment, always sweaty, and I just hated it. I hated the environment, and I apologize in advance because it is very windy. So I'm gonna go ahead and face this way, and you guys can appreciate that sunset at the same time. So anyways, so I just got tired of it, and by age 23, December 17, 2022, I told myself, you know what? Excuse me. December 17, 2002. Sorry about that. I'm actually older than that, okay? So December 17, 2002, I said, I need to do something. I went to the local community college, I enrolled, in college, and the credit hour at that time was $11 per credit hour. I didn't know the language very well. I was not that good at writing and reading and all that stuff. So I just went for it. So I started taking ESOL classes and so on. And that was the start of everything. To make the story short here, I ended up getting an AS degree, 2 bachelor's degree, a minor, a master's, and a doctorate. I did all that within 17 years. And I had control on what I was going to do with my life. That's what I had control of. It didn't matter where I came from, because I came from one of the worst barrios in the world, actually. One of the world's worst barrios in the world. And I was born in the worst hospital, but that didn't matter. I had control on where I was heading, okay? So that's why that quote, which I believe it was mentioned or said by Dave Ramsey, it's so true. It does not matter where you come from. What matters is where you're heading to. That's what truly matters. The other thing here is that you have to believe that you're going to do something. You have to trust yourself. You have to believe it, that you're going to make it. Because if you don't even believe it yourself, nobody else is going to believe it. So you have to keep that in mind. It is extremely important that you have to believe it yourself. So now at the age of 45, I have other goals, and something that I want to do with this channel is that I want to give you guys my knowledge for the past 45 years. I'll be 46 soon, but for the past 45 years, I would like to give you guys knowledge on what's going on in my current life. What's the mistakes that I made that likely and hopefully you guys don't make, so you guys can get to your goal even faster. That's something that I want to do in 2025. I do have control of that, creating the content for you guys. If you guys are interested in that, please click like, subscribe, and I would greatly appreciate if you guys did that. So now, where I'm wanting to head here. I'm so grateful that I was able to get a education, because an education is what got me to this point. I always told myself that I wanted to live by the water, which I do. I put that in my head, and I just keep going and going and going until I get to my point. I'm at least that, how can I say, disciplined about that stuff, because discipline and perseverance, that's what will get you to your point. But you have to believe in yourself. You just have to, okay? So my goal is to create content that will help the younger generations to avoid the mistakes that I made. Hopefully you can get some good information, some good content on how to get to your goal even faster. My goal right now is that I want to be a self-made millionaire by the age of 50. Now, truly, I want to get to my goal by the age of 49. So I only have, 3.5 years, because I'll be 46 pretty soon. So by the age of 49, I truly want to get to my goal of being a self-made millionaire. And because I was able to switch my mind a few years ago, I'm pretty much halfway there. And it's hard work. It's hard work. So it is hard work to be disciplined and to avoid buying crap and avoid to be, I'm gonna be in the trend of buying this and buying that. Just avoid all that stuff. Just only buy what you need, okay? So that's my goal. And I want to bring you guys along on my journey on how to get there. And I believe the best first step that I took to be able to get to where I want to be is education. Educate yourself. That is the best investment that you can ever make. Invest in yourself. That is the best thing ever, because education will get you to a point or to a goal even faster. Another thing that I had difficulties with is reading books. I was never, into reading books, but I went to Dubai exactly a year ago, and I heard this saying. I have no idea who said it, but I heard the saying, if you want the knowledge of 1,000 minds, you must read 1,000 books. And I was like, that really clicked. I have no idea. I would like to give credit to that person who said it. I have no idea who said it, but I heard it. I heard that quote when I was in Dubai last year, September 2023. And it was a saying that, okay, if you want the knowledge of 1,000 minds, you must read 1,000 books. Each book was written by a person, or the thoughts of a person, and you're getting to that person's mind. And that's so good, so grateful that you can do that by just reading books, and that's so positive. So that's something that I also recommend. Since then, I have been able to read about 6 books now. 6 books. I like to read the books twice, because I believe that on the first round, I don't get the full content of the book. Therefore, I like to read it twice. When I was in school, I used to read the books 3 times because I wanted to get whatever I was studying in my brain and just get it in my brain. So whenever I was, at the hospital, because I'm a medical provider, so whenever I was at the hospital, I wanted to, okay, this is what I read it, So I have a picture memory, so that's how I was able to do it. So guys, if you're interested on getting to know where I have been, getting to know where I'm heading, I would greatly appreciate it if you click like, subscribe, share the video, because I'm sure that this video could be helpful to anyone, no matter the age, no matter the gender, no matter the nationality. I think this is going to help many, many others, and to also avoid the mistakes that I made, and also get inside of my brain so you guys can know all that stuff. And to close this video here, I wanted to close it with what I started the video with. It does not matter where you come from. What matters is where you're heading to. And that's what truly matters. Okay? So the past is in the past. It should stay in the past. You had no control where you come from. You have no control of where you were born. That's out of your control. But you do have control, 100% control of where you're heading, your future, your destiny. You have 100% control of that, okay? And the best way to get there is by studying, avoiding hanging out with the wrong crowd, and the most important thing is that you have to believe in yourself. There's gonna be a lot of haters out there, tons of haters, tons. And you have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you. So why not believe in yourself? You have to believe in this. And that's something that I have done. I have believed in myself all this time, even with the haters saying, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm like, please keep saying the no's, because that's going to get me more fuel to keep going forward and proving them all wrong. And guess what? I have proved wrong many people, including the closest family members. I have proved them wrong, okay? Thank you so much for listening, and I will leave it here. Please have an amazing New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and enjoy your time with your family. Have a good one.